Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly navigate life, while others struggle to make progress? The secret isn't luck or talent, it's habits. Today, on Life Psychology, we're diving deep into 10 powerful habits that can truly transform your life. These aren't quick fixes or trendy hacks, but practices that, once embraced, will reshape your mindset, actions, and future. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just find the key to unlocking the life you've always wanted. Ten habits that can change your life for the better. It was a Monday morning, the kind of morning where the weight of another week felt unbearable. Our character, Mark, sat at his desk, staring at his never-ending to-do list, wondering how he had gotten so stuck. He knew something had to change, but the question was, what? For many of us, life can feel like an endless loop of the same struggles, the same challenges, the same frustrations. But what if I told you that a handful of small, intentional changes could break that cycle? Imagine waking up energized, feeling in control of your day, and watching as those small shifts begin to reshape your entire world. Here's how Mark turned his life around, through 10 simple but powerful habits. Let's walk through each one. 1. Start your day with intention. Mark's old routine involved waking up at the last minute, rushing to work, and feeling frazzled all day. But once he started waking up 30 minutes earlier for quiet reflection, everything changed. Journaling, meditation, or even just sitting in stillness can set a calm tone for the day ahead. It's not about time, it's about starting with purpose. Imagine waking up with a sense of calm instead of chaos. For years, Mark started his day in a rush, grabbing his phone as soon as his eyes opened, checking emails, and hurrying through the morning routine. His mind was racing before he even had breakfast. Then one day, he made a simple shift, waking up 30 minutes earlier for quiet reflection. The habit. Take just a few minutes at the start of your day to set a purposeful intention. Whether it's journaling, meditating, or enjoying your coffee in peace, this time allows you to mentally prepare for the day ahead. Starting with calm, deliberate actions can reset your energy and mindset. The science. Studies have shown that beginning the day with mindfulness or intention setting reduces stress and increases focus. It's like giving your mind a running start before the marathon of the day begins. The outcome. After a few weeks, Mark found himself less reactive and more proactive. Problems that would have frazzled him before felt manageable because his mind was clear and his purpose defined. 2. The power of the first task. Mark once read that the first task of the day sets the momentum for everything that follows. So he started tackling his most important task first, no matter how challenging. Each small victory gave him the confidence to take on bigger ones. His productivity soared, and so did his mood. In his old routine, Mark would spend the first part of his workday on mindless tasks, checking emails, organizing files, or answering small requests. It felt productive, but it wasn't. By midday, he was drained, and his most important work was still untouched. The habit. Tackle your most significant task first thing in the morning. This is often called eating the frog, meaning you deal with the hardest or most important task when your energy and focus are at their peak. The science. Research indicates that willpower is like a muscle that tires throughout the day. Prioritizing your most challenging work early ensures you approach it with your full cognitive resources. The outcome. Mark noticed that when he completed a key task first, it gave him momentum. That initial accomplishment fueled his productivity for the rest of the day, and by the evening, he felt a sense of fulfillment instead of guilt for procrastination. 3. Exercise, not just for the body. For years, Mark's gym membership was more of a dusty reminder of broken promises. But one day, he committed to just 10 minutes of movement. That small start grew into a daily habit. Exercise not only transformed his body, it cleared his mind, reduced stress, and gave him the energy he didn't know he was missing. Exercise had always been on Mark's to-do list, but it never became a consistent part of his life. He believed it was all or nothing, either an hour at the gym or nothing at all. But after reading about the benefits of even short bursts of movement, he gave it another try. The habit. Start with just 10 minutes of movement each day. It can be a brisk walk, some yoga stretches, or bodyweight exercises. The goal is consistency, not intensity. The science. Physical activity boosts endorphins, improves mood, and sharpens focus. But you don't need hours of intense workouts to see the benefits. Even short sessions can improve both mental and physical health. The outcome. After a month of regular movement, Mark noticed a major shift. He had more energy, less stress, and even a greater sense of discipline. That initial 10 minutes eventually grew into longer, more diverse workouts, but it all began with those first small steps. 4. Mindful eating. Mark had never thought much about what he ate. Fast food was quick, convenient, and fit his busy lifestyle. But when he started practicing mindful eating, paying attention to how food made him feel, he noticed a change. More energy, better focus, and even a sense of pride in nourishing his body. Mark used to eat on autopilot, fast food on the way to work, snacks while watching TV, and late-night takeout after a stressful day. Food was more of a coping mechanism than a source of nourishment. But when he started paying attention to how different foods made him feel, things changed. The habit. Practice mindful eating. This means slowing down, paying attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food, and noticing how it makes you feel. The science. Mindful eating has been shown to improve digestion, reduce overeating, and enhance enjoyment of food. It also helps cultivate a better relationship with what we consume, making us more aware of our body's signals. The outcome. Over time, Mark noticed that his energy levels were more consistent, and his cravings for junk food diminished. Eating became an act of self-care rather than a mindless habit. 5. Limit screen time. It was always a scroll here, a quick check there, but it added up. Mark realized that hours of his day were slipping through his fingers, lost to endless distractions. By setting limits on screen time, especially social media, he freed up time for things that truly mattered, like personal growth and connection with loved ones. Every night, Mark found himself scrolling endlessly through social media, watching videos, and checking messages. What began as a way to unwind often led to hours of lost time and a restless mind. It was time for a change. The habit. Set specific limits on screen time, especially around social media and mindless scrolling. Use apps to track your time or set phone-free zones in your home. The science. Research shows that excessive screen time, especially before bed, can increase anxiety, disrupt sleep, and lead to lower self-esteem due to constant comparison. Limiting screen exposure helps improve mental clarity, sleep, and mood. The outcome. By reducing his screen time, Mark noticed his sleep improved, and he felt more present with the people around him. He began to invest his newly found free time in hobbies, reading, and meaningful conversations, all of which contributed to his personal growth. 6. Practice gratitude. In the midst of his struggles, Mark often forgot about the good things in his life. That was until he began a simple gratitude practice. Each morning, he wrote down 3 things he was thankful for, no matter how small. Over time, he noticed a shift in his outlook. He was more positive, more resilient, and better able to handle stress. Gratitude was something Mark hadn't given much thought to. Life felt overwhelming, and focusing on the negatives came easily. But one day, he tried a simple gratitude journal as an experiment, and it changed his perspective. The habit. Every morning or evening, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand, they can be as simple as a sunny day or a good cup of coffee. The science. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can improve mood, enhance relationships, and even boost your immune system. Gratitude shifts focus away from what's lacking and towards what's abundant. The outcome. Mark began noticing the small, positive things in life more frequently. His overall outlook became more optimistic, and stressful situations felt more manageable because his mindset was grounded in appreciation. 7. Learn something new every day. Routine can trap us in stagnation. But Mark decided to embrace curiosity again. He committed to learning something new every day, whether it was reading a book, listening to a podcast, or even watching a documentary. Each new piece of knowledge expanded his perspective and fueled his personal growth. Monotony was a big part of Mark's life. The same routine, the same thoughts, the same problems. He craved something more but didn't know where to start. That's when he made a decision to learn one new thing each day. The habit. Commit to learning something new daily. It can be as simple as a fact, a skill, or a concept from a book, podcast, or article. The science. Lifelong learning is proven to enhance cognitive function, keep the brain healthy, and inspire creativity. New knowledge stimulates neuroplasticity, helping the brain stay sharp and adaptive. The outcome. As Mark added this habit to his routine, he felt more curious and engaged with the world. It broke the monotony and fueled his sense of personal growth. Whether it was through a podcast during his commute or a chapter of a new book, learning became his fuel for inspiration. 8. Embrace failure as a teacher. Before, failure felt like a dead end to Mark, but he reframed it as part of the process. He began seeing failure as feedback, an opportunity to learn and grow. With this mindset shift, challenges became less daunting, and he started taking more risks in pursuit of his dreams. Mark had always feared failure. To him, it meant he wasn't good enough, smart enough, or capable. But one day, a mentor shared a new perspective. Failure is feedback, not a dead end. The habit. Instead of fearing failure, approach it with curiosity. After every setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? The science. Reframing failure as a learning experience activates a growth mindset, which has been shown to enhance resilience, creativity, and long-term success. The outcome. Mark's mindset shift allowed him to take more risks and push his boundaries. He no longer saw failure as something to avoid but as a valuable part of the learning process. This new outlook opened doors to opportunities he previously wouldn't have pursued. 9. Declutter, physically and mentally. Mark's home office was cluttered, and so was his mind. He realized the two were connected. By organizing his space, he found he could focus more easily and think more clearly. This habit extended to his mental space too, as he started decluttering negative thoughts and toxic relationships that no longer served him. Mark's workspace was cluttered with papers, books, and items he didn't need. His mind was equally cluttered with stress, worries, and distractions. It became clear that the two were connected. The habit. Set aside time to declutter your physical space, whether it's your office, home, or digital files. At the same time, declutter mentally by letting go of negative thoughts or habits that don't serve you. The science. Clutter has been linked to increased stress and decreased focus. Clearing physical space can help clear mental space, leading to greater productivity and a sense of calm. The outcome. After decluttering his home office, Mark felt lighter and more focused. The mental clutter followed, and he was better able to concentrate on tasks without the weight of distractions. 10. End the day with reflection. Just as his mornings became intentional, Mark's nights did too. Before bed, he reflected on his day, what went well, what could be improved, and how he felt overall. This practice not only helped him wind down, but it also created a roadmap for the next day, ensuring he always moved forward with purpose. Mark used to fall into bed exhausted, without much thought about the day that had passed or the one that lay ahead. But once he added evening reflection to his routine, his sense of control over his life deepened. The habit. Spend 5 to 10 minutes at the end of each day reflecting on what went well, what could have been better, and what your goals are for tomorrow. The science. Reflection helps consolidate learning, improve decision-making, and increase self-awareness. It's a tool used by high performers to maintain momentum and stay aligned with their goals. The outcome. Mark's evening reflections helped him wind down, sleep better, and feel more prepared for the next day. This habit became the cornerstone of his personal growth journey, providing clarity and a roadmap for continuous improvement. These 10 habits didn't just change Mark's life, they have the power to change yours, too. By focusing on small, consistent actions, you can create momentum that leads to lasting transformation. And here's the catch, none of these habits are magical. What makes them life-changing is the consistency and intention behind them. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just in need of a shift, remember, it's the small, deliberate changes that can lead to extraordinary transformations. The real question is, which habit will you start with today?